Hi people, it's me again, Marino Ravenberg. In this video, I'll be discussing, as you can tell from the header as always, or as usual, the importance of of hanging with the right crowd or not hanging or intermingling with the wrong crowd, so hanging with the wrong kind of people, the effects it has and whatnot. And yeah, this is obvious for most people. Okay, oh, hold on for a second. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Yeah. In any case, yeah. It's obvious for most people that hanging with the wrong crowd is that it's not something you should do. It's a given. Okay. Know what crowd, what company you keep, as the saying goes. So that means that you should know what people you associate yourself with, what people you befriend, what people you socialize with, etc. In general, it is possible to hang out with the wrong crowd and only gather the one or two benefits, or extract the one or two benefits that these undesirable individuals have. But very few people possess that ability. I, for example, am capable of doing that, but I'm much more refined. Not to put myself on a pedestal or speak highly of myself, but I'm simply saying I can do so if need be. I have done so in the recent past, but most people, no, they're not capable of doing so. And yeah, this is simply a reminder to people. Understand that when you hang with a group of people, unbeknownst to you, or generally speaking, to the point where you're unaware of it, their behavior will rub off on you. And before you know it, without you being able to control it, you're going to behave like them, you're going to commit the same actions with them, you name it. It's literally a reference to knowing what company you keep and knowing what crowd you hang out with. If you hang out with delinquents, if you hang out with the criminal element, you're going to see that you're going to be prone to that same behavior, you know. It's simply a throwback to the simple phrase, monkey see, monkey do. Okay, not to compare people to monkeys, but hypothetically speaking, people have a tendency to mimic behavior, especially superficial people. Generally speaking, the more superficial people are, the more inclined, heavily inclined specifically, they are to copy the behavior of others, especially those that they consider role models, or those that they consider to be an example, okay, compared to the rest of the quote-unquote group. And it's definitely not pleasant. This also goes together with the saying, birds of a feather fly together. People tend to want to hang out with their own kind, either people that they have a lot in common with, or people that they have base traits in common with, so basic traits such as ethnicity, religious preference or doctrine, mutual interests, down to the simplest of things such as hobbies and whatnot, all of that stuff. Okay, but in general, it's not a good idea to hang out with the wrong kind of people, and it's much better to be alone and to stay alone or remain alone rather than hang out with the wrong group of people. Okay, no company or your own company is the best company you can keep if you have to compare it to hanging out with people that are more of a burden than a benefit to you. And yeah, for the rest, there's nothing else that I can say really. This is a really short topic. Okay, an example that I can give is of a guy I know, or used to know, way back before I was an occultist, even when I worked as a security guard. And this guy was from the Netherlands. It was a black guy, and he had a moderately thick Dutch accent, and he even used Dutch slang, so slang phrases and so on. And you know, he was normal back then. The guy was decent, he was civilized. And well, he made the awful mistake of coming over here and staying over here, and he was stationed at a location where he got involved with guards that basically formed the working class, usually more the ghetto types, you know, the lowest class. And when I spoke to him briefly after I think 2 years, well, you should see the difference. It's just awful. Let's just say, bluntly put, the guy went from a normal guy to a ghetto street rat. Let's just put it like that. All he spoke was local slang, using local phrases, swearing. I literally saw the transformation in front of me, okay, to put it that way. And I was like, wow, they just completely ruined you. And see, this is my point. There are countless examples that I can give, and this is also something that you whom are watching this have maybe seen or at the very least heard of at least once in your life. Okay, people in general, like I said, especially the more superficial they are, tend to be very impressionable, very, very impressionable. And that's not good. I mean, if you hang with the right kind of people, then it's not an issue, you know. That's what you should do, provided that they don't shun you or they don't just forcibly eject you from the group. But my point is, hang out with people or associate yourself with people, okay, at a conscious level. Okay, be very mindful of your own behavior. Be very self-aware. That's very important. I have another separate video on self-awareness. That's the first thing. Secondly, when you're self-aware, assuming that you're self-aware, okay, know whom you socialize with. Socialize with people that you can actually benefit from. Okay, everybody has their benefits and drawbacks in terms of personality, but still, in general, you should hang out with people that pose more of a personal benefit to you, or that provide you with more personal benefits, people that are a good influence, in short, rather than the drawbacks or setbacks. Try to extract as much of the good, or preferably nothing but the good as possible. In general, that's not going to be doable because you can't have the good without the bad, but my point is, okay, allow the positive behavior to influence you, but in the way of suggestions, but not the negative behavior. Yeah, and a lot of people, as a result of this kind of behavior, the whole herd mentality, they've ruined their lives. Ruin might be a strong word, but they went down a path of misery when they could have fared better. They could have done better for themselves. But if you're, for example, surrounded by nothing but these kind of individuals, people that pose more of a burden to you than a benefit, then just don't hang out with them. Be alone. Even if you're a lonely individual that really craves social attention and socializing with people, just force yourself to be alone, because being alone is much better than simply allowing yourself to be negatively influenced by others just for the sake of friendship or camaraderie, and as a result your overall quality of life and state of mind just going downhill gradually, slowly but surely in most cases. So yeah, just be aware of this, okay? Don't hang with the wrong crowd, and know what company you keep, and know that it's better to be alone. Be self-aware and know that it's better to be alone than to hang out with the wrong group of people, or therefore allowing yourself to be influenced negatively. Bye.